Vision of Adventure. Winter Fitness Class W01.09. The 6th of February, 2024. With Kath Finn.
This is a recording of a live class, so there will be conversation and chat between the participants during the class. For this class you will need a stationary bike with adjustable resistance. Your saddle needs to be set at a comfortable height. Ideally your knee needs to be slightly bent as you reach the bottom of the pedal stroke. Please pause this recording if you need to adjust your bike. We will join the class recording in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome.
Here we go on another murky February night. We're not going to pedal ourselves anywhere romantic or beautiful today. We're just going to do a bit of hard work. But Molly's got her dancing shoes on. She's ready, sitting on a bike, waving her arms around. So we've got, Chief Dancer Molly. We've got Sue Jones. We've got Scarborough Sue. We've got Jill. We've got Esther. We've got Liz. And we've got Linda. Hooray! So that's a good collection. And we're going to start with 4 minutes, starting easy and getting harder. And we're going to do a reverse pyramid of that. So then we're going to do 3 minutes, then we're going to do 2 minutes, then we're going to do 1 minute. And
Is
then
there
we're
any
going
boys
to do
on tonight? No,
30 seconds hard and a minute rest. And we'll do that 3 times, but I'll tell you about that when we get there.
Okay.
Sorry, Liz, did you ask?
Sorry. I bet all the men are watching the football, aren't they?
Who's playing?
I don't know. Don't care.
I know. We're all sat here with our bothered faces on.
I thought you were in the women's team now, Liz.
Nah.
They kicked you out, did they?
Yeah. Too good.
Show
Kept
everybody
tipping
else
over
up.
my ball. Kept puncturing my ball.
Okay, settling in, forgetting the cares of the world or the week. I just seem to have had quite a busy one. Well, not so far, but the last 10 days or so have been really busy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so much for semi-retirement, I tell you.
Wait till you retire. It's even busier.
You can forget that as a good idea at the minute. So at the end of tonight, I will leave Zoom on, but I'm going straight out to a meeting. It's Tri-Club.
Ah, cool.
Because I'm currently head coach, so
Yeah, you are.
I have to go to two meetings, coaches meeting and committee meeting.
Yeah,
Joy.
you, eh?
But at least the coaches one had tea and cakes. I don't think we're going to get cakes tonight.
Damn it.
So my committee's really good. I'm going, there's my receipt for a meeting room and 40 quid for tea and cakes as well.
I'm
Okay.
on day 37 of no cake.
What?
Day 37.
Oh, my God.
No cake,
Well
no
done,
alcohol.
Liz.
I've kept going. So
Liz?
I know. Or biscuits or anything.
How much do you think you're going to get to before you stop dieting?
I don't know. End of February, I'm going to go for 29 if I can.
Is there a 29th this year?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, you got half a minute.
You can go around and asking everyone to marry you this year, mate.
Yeah. Can you ask for a divorce on that day?
I did.
Sorry.
Right, folks, this is where we should have been, like, warming up, pedaling a bit harder, and then we're going to go back to easy. But as you clearly haven't pedaled any harder, we're going to just keep the ramp going.
You know.
Did you miss us last
Phil,
week?
you can go back down to easy and start again. Everyone else, you've got 3 more minutes to get yourselves out of chat zone and get on with it.
Did you miss us last week, me and Sue?
Yeah, it was quiet. It was quiet. We knew so now we know who the noisy ones are.
Emily's joined. Remember that there are people listening who need to be able to hear.
Sorry.
Yes. Ooh, sudden eerie silence.
Silence.
Shut up.
Silence is
This is
golden.
golden.
Who's just joined, Emily?
Yeah, Emily's coming. But she's got, oh, the mic's gone on.
Hiya. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you?
We're all good. You've had 1 minute of your 3, so you should be ramping up the intensity a little bit. Well done, Esther. I can see what she's telling
Thank you.
I can't see anybody
We're
else's
working so hard we
hands on
can't
power
talk.
buttons. Linda looks dead cool because she's got this really great set of sunglasses on.
Who, Linda?
Yeah.
Have you got a black eye?
Yeah, he smacked me in the eye.
You'll have me calling welfare, Linda. Careful.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up to your other minute. Going into your last minute, so we want a little bit more effort again. Lovely. That's looking more like it. You see how much fun I have when you get your cameras beautifully pointed in the right directions like you all do. Okay, half a minute to go at this. And I love the way that Jill comes and joins this class rather than goes to a spin class in her gym because we're more fun. Okay, 10 seconds and we'll take it back down. 3, 2, 1. Don't relax. Take it down to an easier resistance. Keep pedaling. And we're going to do this now for 2 minutes. So in that 2 minutes, I want you to build from easy to hard. So we're shortening the time interval and putting a bit more pressure on. The nice thing about being head coach is that I get to organise what I want to go to. It's cool. So we have we had yoga, but unfortunately they lost the venue. But we have Pilates and we have kettlebells, we have mobility, we have swimming, we have spinning.
Wish you were nearer.
Yeah, shame we
Yeah,
couldn't
we could all come.
Yeah.
Get that divorce sorted and we'll get a house share up there.
Yeah.
Send the coach to collect us all.
Yeah.
Sure that there's a large scale taxi somewhere. Okay, coming up to your first minute. So push in just the start of your second minute now. So you want to be aware that your efforts should be going up. Lovely. Noise level's gone down, and that usually means effort level's gone up. So that's good. So if you speak too much at these points, I can pick on you and go, you're not working hard enough. Work harder, work harder. And I think where Jill lives, they've now got 2 tri clubs, but I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Ooh,
Well, coming up to the end of your minute. So we're going to drop back down again into easy resistance. 3, 2, 1 now, if you haven't already. And then in this minute, I want you to bring it back up again. So we're bringing it up fairly quickly, and I'll give you a bit of a countdown. 15 seconds gone.
No.
30 seconds gone. Forty-five seconds gone. Got 15 seconds left. Three, two, one, and relax. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds of really hard work and then 1 minute rest. So just, yeah, get yourselves a drink if you need it. Most of you look like you're in t-shirts. What's happened to the coats and woolly hats? What have you done, Jill? You're in a t-shirt in your garage.
Working hard, Kath.
And even Liz, I can't see the pink bobble hat bouncing around tonight. Must be sunny in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Jill's just got off her bike, so I'll wait till she comes back because I know she'd hate to miss this bit. Okay. We're looking at 30 seconds of hard work. So pace yourselves a bit. It's not the all-out sprint for 10 seconds or you'll just blow up. Then a minute rest, and we're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Work hard. 30-second sprint. I love it. Go on, Esther, you're winning the Tour de France there. Oh, Sue, you're fast in pursuit. Oh, Jill's head's come up just at the last minute. She's caught the wind. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. Lovely. So you've got a whole 45 seconds now. Yeah, Jill, as far as I know, there's still an Ulverston Tri Club, but Alan, who used to be chair.
That's the name I was expecting you to mention.
Yeah, apparently he's setting up Furness something or other.
Yeah, also not a surprise.
Yeah.
He's just done his coaching diploma, level 2 diploma.
Right.
There was politics going on at the AGM last year.
Touch wood, we are so lucky. Okay, your minute is coming up. Ready to go again. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sprint for half a minute. Loving the effort. Well done. Great, Linda. Yay! Lizzie's head's bobbing. Woohoo! And I've got Sue's going in opposite rhythms. One bounces one way and the other goes the other way. 3, 2, 1. Got your minute. Got your minute's rest, and then we'll do one more. Yeah, we are so lucky at the minute with our committee. It is so solid. It's all on the same hymn sheet, and you go, can we do this? And they go, yes. And can I spend this money? Yes. And you don't even have to go to meeting. You just put it out in an email and you get a thumbs up.
I'd much rather come to your sessions, Kath, but it's just a bit long of a drive, 2 or 3 nights a week.
It is a much longer drive, but we've got a great crowd. Last night, the pool was absolutely heaving. 34 swimmers, 2 people turned up who hadn't registered, and they had to stand on the side.
They won't
10
get in, will
seconds.
they?
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Ten seconds left. Well done. Hang on to it. It's the last one in the warm-up. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Well done. Good. We even had 20 people at a mobility session. I mean, since when did that ever happen?
Wow. What's a mobility session?
We did a mobility assessment. So we spent a while, we worked in pairs and we did things like how far can you get towards touching your toes? Can you sit with your legs in 90-90 on the floor so that your hips and your knees are all touching the ground? Can you put your arms up over your head without arching your back so your elbows are straight and your hands, your arms are clamped around your ears? Liz is just demonstrating here. She can do it beautifully.
She's sitting
Yay,
on the
nice,
bike.
Linda. Please don't fall off your bike trying to do this, anybody. So
Near a wall.
it was really interesting. And lots of people had different things that they could or couldn't do. So we tested whether people could squat and whether they had flexible ankles. And yeah, it was good. We had to demo it, so we didn't escape. And can you do a side plank and lift your top leg up and hold it still for 30 seconds?
Oh, God.
Wow, that's hard.
Whilst inside plank?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the answer to that was a no, Sue. From this demonstrator, I drew the
Makes me
short
want
card
just
on
thinking about it.
So you get to demo fibrils and all, so I couldn't do that. Right, we're going to do a bit of overgeared because last week we did a bit of everything, including quite a lot of standing up. And I think we frightened Ellie off. She's not here this week. So this week we're going to do some 2-minute blocks of overgeared. So that means we have a slow cadence, 60, and we have a high resistance.
Yeah.
So we're pushing so that our muscles are really hurting, but our heart rate is not too high. And we're trying to engage those glute muscles, which was one of the tests, whether you could engage your glute muscles independently. So you can try this. So try and just like squeeze your right bum cheek.
No, can't do one or other. I can do both.
And leave your other one relaxed and then release your right one. And I'm doing it too. And squeeze your left one.
You can do it, but it feels really odd.
Yeah.
Well, some people can do it, Sue, but somebody the other night only had a left one that worked. The right one didn't bother turning on at all. So now we've woken them up a little bit, we might be able to use them. And I'm going to turn the metronome to 60. But I'll set you off first because you know the idea. So we happy with that? 2 minutes.
Yay!
Hooray! 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So slow it down. That's not that pace.
Thank God for that.
My computer has not been playing ball today at all. So we might have a few hiccups where it refuses to engage. Let's try that one.
Sounds more.
So every time you hear a tick or whatever, one knee wants to be at the top.
Yeah.
So you think about your right knee, bring it to the top every time you hear that. And then make sure you think about your left one in a little bit, or otherwise you'll get one-sided. And then ask yourself, could you push that speed, but with any more resistance?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that you've done a minute And we're probably doing a total of about 8 minutes with rests in between. Lovely. And I'm hoping those glutes are working.
Yeah.
It's really easy for the quads, the big muscle on the front of the legs, to take over. But if you only use your quad, it can lead to injuries because your quad gets tight and pulls across your knee, and then you end up with sore knees. We've got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And go to just spinning a little bit. So take the pressure off, low resistance, and spin your legs out a bit faster. And also, if you only use your quads, you've got an awful lot of wasted power that you're not accessing. And it leads to more backache as well if you can't engage your glutes because you're not being held up and in your proper alignment. So everything goes a bit off the ball. Right, well, that seemed quite, easy and quite short, mainly because I was talking. So now we're going to do 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I know you love me, Sue. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So you shouldn't look so competent. Look. Lovely. And now Hills in the Lake District, as you all know, or maybe Sue from Scarborough doesn't, but they go on for a lot longer than 3 minutes.
All right.
We found an incredibly hilly ride down here the other day, and I was so glad of those glute techniques you've been teaching us. I was like, I will get up this hill, I'm not getting off this part.
Oh, well done.
Some big hills
Well,
round
sorry, Sully, I
Scarborough
was
as well, in the Sioux. Some big hills round Scarborough in the Scarborough Sioux.
We've got some big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So we all need to be able to use every single muscle that we've got available to us to get up hills.
Yeah.
You've done a minute. And so this, once these stop, there's no reason why you can't make your own up because we've done quite a lot of different things. Or obviously they are all on record. So if you're not getting out in March because the weather's still not great, just, sign in. And I know it's not the same doing it on your own, but it does get you to do some different stuff. You're halfway through. Does anyone not feel their glutes? Give me a thumbs up if you cannot feel your glutes.
I don't know if I can feel the left one.
Okay. We've got 1 more minute. I wonder if that means Linda's bike will go around in a circle because she's putting more power through her right leg.
That's probably why this bike doesn't get anywhere.
I tell you what, it's less exciting than your old one that used to hop across the floor.
Yeah.
That one looks a lot safer and a lot more sturdy. That was a good purchase, that one.
The other bike was funny though, wasn't it?
It was funny, you're right. And Esther, you've lost your lovely one with the basket on the front.
I still have it, but I confirm the resistance was very poor. The resistance is much higher now.
Oh, so you can work so much harder.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we are at 3 minutes. So pressure off, spin your legs. and relax for a little bit, get a drink, we're gonna have a minute, and then we're going back and do it again. Lovely job. Okay, we're still in our rest bit, but while we're doing that, just to check on those glutes, I just want you to clench your buttock muscles and release them 10 times really quickly. And you should feel yourself going up and down in your seat. Yeah, I've got nods. Yeah. I'm going up and down. Yeah. But I'm not pedaling. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll use that on Easter, if you remind me, we'll do this. It's like jumping Easter bunnies or something. Right. We're ready to go again. So we're going to need some more resistance. And we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
How long this time?
3 minutes.
Okay.
You get quite a nice long rest, but yeah, 2 minutes just seemed a bit like truncated. But it was the other way this morning. I went running and we were doing 9 minutes very steady and then 2 minutes walking and 9 minutes very steady. But at the end, we ended up going, actually, we need longer rests because although our heart rate was coming down, as soon as we started, it shot right up. It was like, okay, we need a bit more rest in between. Somebody persuaded me to go running at 7:15. I haven't even registered whether it's dark or not at that time because I'm not used to being up then. And it was absolutely pouring with rain with howling wind at my house. But as usual, I dropped down into town, and once you get moving, it's never as bad as you think it's going to be. Or not usually as bad. Jill says, oh, yes, it is.
Well, you see, I made the mistake. I was supposed to pick my van up last night and I was working late. So I said, I'll come and get it first thing in the morning. And first thing in the morning, I really regretted that because we had the same weather. Bad luck. Wrong toss of the dice. And tomorrow it's going to be possibly icy. So we've got a fasting ride to do. We debated having his and hers turbos. And sitting there alongside each other, and then we couldn't quite face that because it's an hour and a half, and that's just like miserable silence on a turbo. So we're going to take the mountain bikes out just on a little local ride. It's not very exciting, but it'll do the job. You've got another minute here, and then we're going to go and paint our daughter's house in Cardiff for a few days.
Oh, nice.
So we have to pack the ladders and the scaffold tower and bus sheets. And
Like you do.
Like you do. Half a minute.
I can't believe you've got a scaffold tower to pack.
Well, yeah, I bought one.
Cool.
Well, actually, although I looked at it and went, really? It has been so useful.
Cool.
15 seconds.
You can use that as part of your training.
Yeah.
The gladiators. You watching that?
3, 2, 1. And spin your legs out. Right, you're coming up to the last one. We're going to do one more. So we'll have that minute, and then we're going to do the opposite after this. We're going to do a bit of higher cadence stuff. So there's a direct challenge to your body to manage the low loading followed by the fast neural processing.
Hello.
You've got 20 seconds left.
The gladiators.
10 seconds to go, and then we're on our last little block. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Now remember, this is the last one like this, so it's up to you to make the most of it. So you might want to just try twisting that resistance a little bit, seeing if you can hang on to it. Then again, you might decide you've done enough. And that's up to you. Only you know how stressful this week's been, whether you feel good or whether you feel a bit ropey or whether you've eaten enough or whether you've eaten too much and now feel sick. I did a metabolic test, which is supposed to show you how many calories you need.
Oh, cool.
While you're at rest. Yeah. It said I had a really low metabolic rate and I need less than 900 calories.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And I eat like I eat over 3,000 calories a day quite often.
So you have to move. So you have to move.
There's a bit of a
That's
mismatch here.
dangerous, isn't it?
What this machine's telling me is not being borne out by reality.
That's dangerous, isn't it?
It'd be a lot cheaper if it was.
How do you work that out then?
It measures your oxygen flows in and out. So it must be measuring something in there about how much you're burning with your CO2.
Hmm.
You're halfway through. And it gives you base rate, which is like literally what you need to be alive. And then it gives you a resting metabolic rate, which is the amount you should eat in the day if you're not doing any exercise. So if it's accurate, which I believe this should have been, but I have my doubts, it's a really good starting point for then using a tracker to work out what you're eating. Which I've done a bit of in the last week or so to see what my protein's doing, and my protein's actually good.
Oh, well done.
But I'm a meat eater, which makes it so much easier. And then, but because I'm a meat eater, my fat content is pretty high, or higher than things are telling me that it should be. And I really struggle to get that down. So I'm going to ask a few more people and see if I'm right.
Do you eat fish?
Half a minute. Sorry, Sue.
Do you eat fish?
Fish, yeah. But not much, though, because I don't like the fact that it's caught in the oceans and the way it's caught.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really like tinned fish, but ethically I struggle to eat fish. I don't mind lambs ending up on my plate and stuff, but we're just emptying the sea.
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1. And spin out. Well done. Nice. So when you no longer have my lovely voice, that's a really good thing to come back to sometimes. And just right, that's your 90, so that's more or less your spinning. Be general pace. And I like it that some people who's just immediately picked that up and gone, yep, that's fine, we can do this. I'm just letting that run. Okay, now we've kind of let that be absorbed and got used to doing complete challenging. So I'm going to turn them to about 100. And normally we don't do it for that long, but this time I want you to hold 100 cadence for 2 minutes. And just don't have to have a very big resistance. So you're not looking at pushing frantically, just looking at getting quite a fast leg turnover. So a very smooth spin is what we want. So think about one leg first. And so every time that right leg, for instance, comes up, you should be in time with the tick. So that means you do one revolution. So we're not trying to get both round in that time. We want one leg to come all the way round. Right, let's go for the 100. There we go. So it should have picked up. You should have noticed the difference in the pace. Yeah, I've got nods. Lovely. And so you don't want to try and hold that, feeling that your legs can spin. They've got enough resistance to be able to hold the pace, but they're not struggling with the power. It's more about getting the leg speed. And you've all frozen on my screen, so I hope you can still hear me and you'll come back in a minute. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming up for a minute through that. I can see some quite interesting expressions, actually. I'm not totally convinced what they're telling me, but...
We're counting.
They're concentrating.
Remember to swap legs. If you're thinking about your right one, remember to give the left one a go.
Yeah.
Right, another half a minute with that. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and slow it down a bit.
Oh boy.
So obviously bits of that weren't that comfortable for some people. How was it?
It felt good.
Right? Yeah.
It felt nice to spin after the overgeared
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, good. Okay, we'll do another one at the 100, and then we might have 110 as a challenge at the end. Are we ready to go again?
Yeah.
We've had over half a minute. 3, 2, 1, go. Just as well you say yes, because you know I'm going to go anyway.
Yeah. Not a question. A real one.
Lovely, half a minute gone. Right. Loving it. Another minute. There's various different components to fitness. So one of the components is efficiency, or being skillful at the thing you're trying to carry out. So these types of drills really help that smoothness of pedaling, so your efficiency of pedaling. And that means you use less energy per pedal stroke. And if you think you're doing 90 pedal strokes a minute, you multiply that up over a 4-hour ride. I can't do the maths quickly enough, but that's a lot. So the more efficient every single pedal stroke is, the more efficient and the faster you'll be able to go for less effort. The other component is force. So we've done a bit of that with the overgeared effort. It's that strength that you're building. And the third component of the base pyramid is your endurance, which you won't necessarily get so much of here. You need to go out and do chatty riding. And ease off. If I can find the right button, I'll even take the pick away. Okay, so just relax. Turn your legs though at the same time. I'm just going to give you that challenge for the last bit.
Oh, I'm baking.
What are you baking?
Tiffin cake.
Right. Coming up for you half a minute, and we're going to go for just a little bit faster for the last 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and 110. This is set up. Ooh, that is a distinctly faster. So just to finish off the cadence section for the minute, that's a nice little challenge. Half a minute gone. Coming up 1 minute. Right, so here you're going into your final minute for the minute. That was a good joke. Lovely job. Right, hold a good posture. Keep most of the action going through the legs, upper body quite still. Not too much resistance, but enough to stop you bouncing around. Oh, look at that, Molly, still as a statue. Ace. And you only got a little bit left. 3, 2, 1. And stop.
Nice.
Well, don't stop, obviously, but stop doing that. Right, I've put the 90 on. Just so you've got the comparison.
Oh.
And it's kind of, for some people, it's a really funny feeling when you're trying to turn your legs fast because your muscles aren't tired, but something kind of feels like it's being a bit stretched. It's not as comfortable as just pedaling along, and yet it's not that feeling of tired that you expect from working hard. So it can end up feeling a little bit strange. So I thought we'd contrast that with thinking a bit about our actual pedal technique, as we've done such a lot on skill. I'm going to turn that off. There's only so many things one can think about at once. So we're going to think about the 2 most important parts of the pedal action. So we're going to think about one leg. So let's go right leg first, because my right leg is definitely my lead leg. And when your left foot is coming towards the top of the pedal stroke, so that's when your knee is nearest your face. Yeah, as it comes up, you want to be trying to push it forwards towards the front of the bike. So as soon as it gets to the top, the highest part of the stroke, you're already putting weight into it and you're already getting force into it. Some people say like you want to be thinking about as if you're trying to kick into a snow field or a ball of snow. And somebody else said something the other day, I can't remember what it was. But so you want to be getting the power on as soon as you can. So I just want you to take one leg, right leg, and think about that for 30 seconds. And I've put the timer on now. So at a pace of more or less 90, so something that's reasonably normal and comfortable, really just think about pushing that right leg forward just before your knee gets to its highest point. So as it gets to the highest point, you've got power going into it. Because what often happens if you look at a power reading of a pedal stroke, it often doesn't actually come on until about 2 o'clock. So until that foot is starting to go quite a long way down. And we want it coming on as near to 12 as we can, as near to the top. And again, it's about your efficiency. We've given you a minute because I'm talking, by the way. So if you're doing this for hours, it makes a massive difference if you can get that little bit more power. So relax your thought processes, just pedal and don't think about too much. Because it's quite hard work, I think. It's like when you're trying to learn to improve your stroke in swimming, if you think about something over and over again, your brain gets quite tired and eventually you go, oh, this is getting worse instead of better. And that's a good time to throw in the towel for the day, start again another day.
Not literally.
Not literally, but I could see Jill nodding at that. Jill's a swim instructor. So you must see clients that just get to a point where it's like, I can't compute anymore.
Absolutely.
So now we obviously need the left leg, or otherwise it will feel lonely. So we're going to think about our left leg. As our knee reaches the top of the stroke, you want to be really pushing, forcing that forwards, not your body, just your foot. So you're really thinking about that action. Esther, you might want your resistance up just a little bit and maybe slow your pedaling down a touch so that you can really feel what's happening with your leg as it's coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of faces of concentration. So you're thinking about something, whether it's what I've talked about or not is another matter, but
of course.
We're thinking about what's for dinner.
We are doing the thinking phase. We have a set of phases. We are learning, Kath.
That's good.
A set
Okay,
of phases for the show.
Keep your legs going over, but relax your head. So that's the concentration phase of learning. I like that. I'll have 30 seconds or so and then I'll give you the next bit of instruction. I love Jill's sophistication. Oh, we're all there with our water bottles and she's there with a china cup.
Yeah.
If it's got tea in it, it must be really cold by now.
It's pretty cold now, yeah. It's still wet.
All right. So this time, I want you to think about the knees come up, you've pushed the foot forward, and now you need to drive it down. So lots and lots of force is going into driving that foot down. And if you need more resistance on your pedals so that you can really feel that driving down feel of pushing, then give yourself a little bit more resistance. Again, we're going to think about the right leg to start with. So I want you to really think about as soon as you feel the foot going down, you're really putting power on. Nice. Left leg will feel a bit weird after this.
Yeah.
So I'll be fairly sure you're putting more power through your right one than you are your left.
We'll be walking lopsided.
And just relax your head. So take some resistance off if you just want to keep your legs spinning without thinking about it too much. And we'll have half a minute or so like that, and then we'll think about the left one. And this should see your glute re-engaged again to put enough, put as much power through as you can, keeping a reasonable cadence. So you're still looking at that nice cadence of in the middle of where we've been today. So about 90. We don't want the really fast spin and we don't want the low grind. All right. So thinking about the left leg, creating force, pushing down. So you're generating loads of power. Loads of power. So we're remembering that we've got the efficiency or the skill of pedaling. We've got the force or the power that we're generating. And then we've also got our endurance work, generally outside of this class, where you're chatting. And that's developing your mitochondria, which are producing energy. It's developing your capillaries. It's developing your blood flow. So it's doing a lot of very good things to go slowly. Coming up for a minute. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Keep paddling, but nice and easy. Don't think about too much. Okay.
I'm getting hungry.
So it's really worth, it seems funny that you go slow to go faster.
Yeah.
But all that lovely, really nice social chatting, riding is absolutely brilliant stuff to be doing, and it should make up probably 90% of what you do. And if on a ride you're going like faster and harder and then not so hard, and then harder up that hill and then easy and then hard and then easy, and you go, oh, it's all right, I only did a bit hard. Your body spends the ride recovering and adjusting and trying to find balance. Whereas if you're going at a chatty pace all the time, your body can then make the adaptations that you're looking for to grow your base fitness. So it can then work to make a little bit more blood flow, to make some more capillaries for your blood to get into, to make your little mitochondria. And it also doesn't take as much out of you in terms of the impact on your immune system and the length of time it takes to recover. So those are really good reasons for being very proud about going for a chatty cake ride and not being so proud about the fact that you got a bit carried away and tried to embrace your mate 6 times. So but it's very hard to get your head around that that's good, because we're so used to, oh, you got to go fast, you got to go fast. So now just want to do a little bit of an experiment. So I'm going to put the cadence onto 90, and then let's get going. There you go. There's your cadence. So find a nice equilibrium with that. You're going a nice easy pace. You've got a bit going, quite comfortable. And now I want you to really think about what we talked about with pushing across the top and pushing down. So putting some power in, keep the 90, and tell me at the end, we're going to do it for a minute, whether you have to put your power up to manage to keep the 90 when you put the power in. Lovely, we're on 15. "30 seconds. Gone, so we're going to do another 30. Still thinking about that power, really thinking about activating those glutes we used them earlier, keeping your core engaged so your body's still, pushing that power down, using your quads as well. Lovely, there's some lovely little adjustments going on when I said that. Really nice. 3, 2, 1. And go back to your relaxed riding, but keep the cadence.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it off so I can speak. There you go. Right. Who had to put thumbs up if you had to put your power up? Yeah, we've got 1, 2. Esther, I saw you moving yours.
You at the very beginning.
Thanks.
Not very much.
Thanks, Jill. Sue, did yours go up or stay the same?
No, mine went up not as much as I would have wanted it to.
Okay, good. So the feedback from most of you is yes, you had to put, when you thought about and you actually told your brain to tell your legs to put a bit more power in, your effort level didn't get particularly high. There weren't big signs of distress. You weren't puffing and panting going, God, I'm working really hard.
Yeah.
But the amount of power you were putting out increased.
Yes.
So if you mindfully pedal as opposed to just spinning your legs, you can become more efficient. And if you do that enough, what you're doing is activating more muscle fibers and you're getting more of your body involved in it, but at a low level of effort. So you're not getting tired. So you can immediately see the difference that would make.
Yes.
Yes.
I had noticed it already when we did the only one leg at a time. It was clearly helpful to think of that.
Brilliant. I like it.
Yeah.
And so on that note, here endeth the lesson for the 6th of February. So we're just going to spin and wind down. If you're listening on YouTube later and you're not in the live session, please spend another 5 minutes just cooling off, winding down, spinning nice and gently. And I know that we haven't worked perhaps as hard as we do sometimes. There's been a bit of a different focus, but that doesn't mean it's fine to get straight off the bike and go and get your tea. You still need to give your body the respect to do a little bit of cooling down for it and let it settle. I'm now going to stop record.
That is the end of the class recording. Complete your cool down until your heart rate and body temperature have returned to more comfortable levels. This recording will play for a further 5 minutes to help you complete your warm down, but there will be no sound until the end of 5 minutes. The next class is on the 13th of February, 2024. We hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Vision of Adventure. That is the end of the cool down period. Well done on completing the fitness class brought to you by Vision of Adventure. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to be notified when the next video is ready or to come back and repeat this class another time.